Hi, I'm Lynne Peyton, creator of Empowered Professionals, and in this podcast we're going to talk about the importance of case chronologies. So in the past few years I have reviewed literally hundreds of cases where children have been abused or neglected, and I think I make the same recommendation over and over again, and that's about the importance of social histories and case chronologies. Today we're going to focus on case chronologies. So what is a chronology? Well, it's simply a timeline of significant events in the life of a family or children that kind of helps us build up the picture. So if you think of a chronology just as a simple way of creating a timeline that helps to build up a picture. So why do we need chronologies? Well, we have to understand the background to some of the circumstances that particular families find themselves in at this point in time. It's really good to be able to reflect back, sometimes over many years. Sometimes we're into the second or third generation of families that have been known to social services. So it's really important that we understand the background and that we understand the significant events in this family's life. So for example, if this is the fifth child in a family, then we need to look back at the significant events in the parenting of the other four children and see if we can build up any kind of pattern. So what were the issues? What worked? What didn't work? What was the outcome for those children? And a simple chronology, a simple timeline helps us to build that picture. So rather than just continue to offer supports and reevaluate the situation over and again, it's good to look back as well as to plan for the future. So having determined that a chronology is essential, how do we go about creating one? What is a significant event? Well, a significant event can be anything that has a major influence on the functioning of a family. So obviously, the birth of a new child is a significant event. The breakup of a parental relationship, the new relationship, a new partner for mum, that's a significant event. Other significant events might include house moves or moves across the channel to another country, moves to different parts of the country. And then whenever there have been multiple moves, we need to try and understand, well, why does this family need to move so often? Another significant event might be an episode of domestic violence, intimate partner violence. And sometimes violence is not just perpetrated by the male partner on the female partner, sometimes the violence can be two-way, but we need to chronicle those episodes of violence. An episode where a child has made an allegation or people have witnessed a child being maybe neglected, left unattended, or a child physically chastised or physically abused by a parent. Those are all significant events that we need to collect and establish. So when do we do chronologies? Well, I think you should start your chronology just as soon as you open a case file on a family, and then probably update it every 6 months. But we use chronologies for different things. So if in a family that have been known to social services over a period of time, we probably want to update that chronology every 6 months, because a chronology is not simply a rewriting of the case file. It is about the significant events. And sometimes if there is a specific event that is very complex, the chronology might just be over a period of 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. Sometimes when we're looking at a very serious incident, maybe where a child has been badly injured or even killed, then you want to look in great detail at all of the professional involvement and all of the significant happenings within a very short time frame. But usually the kind of chronologies we're talking about are chronologies in cases that have been known to social workers for a long time, and we want to establish a pattern. So how can a chronology be useful? Well, it's really useful for case planning. It's very useful if you have to bring a case to a child protection conference, and it's exceptionally useful to have a chronology already built up if the situation is such that legal intervention is necessary and you have to bring a case to court. Chronologies can also be very useful in direct work with parents, because you can help parents to see that their behaviour has, gone in waves, that maybe the difficulties and issues about their parenting has been brought to their attention. There's been a family support plan, where supports have been put in, and it's been made clear to the parents what kind of improvements need to be seen in the next little while. And then you can see that under pressure, parents are able to step up and provide a higher level of parenting for their children. And sometimes then, when the pressure's off, when there's been improvement and the pressure's off, that parenting quality isn't sustained, and there comes a relapse, and it's important then that social workers and others actually put pressure on again to ensure that the children's well-being is being met. So chronologies are useful in all kinds of situations. The trick is, don't make them more complicated than they need to be. Keep it simple, just record the significant events and keep it updated. And it's a big responsibility for supervisors to ensure that chronologies are maintained on case files, because they're a huge tool for supervision. Okay, so this session was on chronologies, and I hope you will put it into practice. You don't need any complicated forms, just draw a line down the side, date, significant event. So good luck with that.